What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, Rolley Romero is simply avoiding the question about answering, is he going to fight Devin Haney in a unification in February? Right? And with that said, Rolley Romero, he has the WBA title, right? And Rolley Romero is coming off the biggest win of his career. He's 17 wins, 2 losses, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout, right? And Rolley Romero, he defeated Ryan Garcia in May. It's not that he beat Ryan Garcia, it's how he beat Ryan Garcia. He dominated Ryan Garcia. And he dropped Ryan Garcia. And with that said, he became a real hot commodity. Okay? And Devin Haney just dominated Brian Norman Jr., right? And Devin Haney was written off, which makes the victory over Ryan Garcia that more impressive, right? Because, over Brian Norman Jr. Because he is somebody who is just garners a lot of disdain. And because of the way things unfolded with him and Ryan Garcia, that being Devin Haney, he has, how can I explain this? Devin Haney is very disliked, right? Devin Haney, going into the Ryan Garcia fight, was disliked. Devin Haney was labeled chinny, non-exciting, can't punch yourself out of a paper bag. People just don't like Devin Haney. And so when all things unfolded with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, where he got dropped 3 times, he initially lost a majority decision, only for the fight to be overturned, considered a no contest. Ryan Garcia tests positive for a banned substance and gets suspended and has to pay a $1 million fine, right? With that said, Ryan Garcia got praised. Although he popped dirty, although the fight got overturned, although he went on a ridiculous racist rant, he went on a drinking spree, everything was unraveling for him in his life and his personal life. He still was praised because people don't like Devin Haney. And then Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotion, who promotes Ryan Garcia, they get compensated for what took place that night. But Devin and Bill Haney, father, trainer, manager, and CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, they don't get anything. So they then decide to go the legal route, since they wasn't compensated for it, other than the fight being ruled a no contest. Their time, their blood, sweat, and tears didn't get acknowledged. So they take the legal route. And people still complained and still blame Devin Haney and Bill Haney, which is diabolical to say the least. Right? So with that said, Devin Haney bounces back a year later, takes the legal issue off the table because the agreement to fight and rematch Ryan Garcia is on the table. He then agrees to fight Jose Ramirez on the same card, on the undercard of Ryan Garcia and Rolley, as if Devin Haney is still the issue on the B side. Okay? Now, Devin Haney, he beats Jose Ramirez. He's still getting treated like he did something wrong. Devin Haney beats Jose Ramirez. Just mind you, he's the co-main event. Ryan and Rolley is the main event. So he's just getting through the fight with Jose Ramirez, a year layoff and all the trauma with Ryan Garcia fight. He beats Jose Ramirez. It's frowned upon because of the manner in which he beat Jose Ramirez. Okay. Ryan loses to Rolley, which was his second choice. Remember, Ryan was supposed to fight Isaac Pitbull Cruz. He loses to Rolley on short notice. Mind you, Isaac Pitbull Cruz destroyed Rolley Romero and took his belt. He loses to Rolley. Don't look nowhere near the same guy he was when he fought Ryan. When he fought Devin. And yet he gets a pass. And now, coming off the loss to Rolley, he's fighting for the WBC title against Mario Barrios. He was supposed to rematch Rolley. So Devin now bounces back and he moves up to welterweight, fights the best welterweight in the world in Brian Norman Jr., highlight reel knockout artist, who everybody said was going to knock out Devin Haney. Devin Haney opened up as the underdog. He opened up at the underdog to Brian Norman. Everybody, including Brian Norman Sr., says there's a reason he opened up the underdog because they know what's going to happen. He's coming off 3 highlight reel knockouts of the year knockout victories. And Devin Haney goes in there, pillow-fisted, no chin, scary, drops Brian Norman and dominates Brian Norman. Now he's looking to unify against Rolley and calls out Rolley. He and his father, Bill Haney, they're calling out Rolley, and Rolley is refusing to answer the question. So the Ring magazine and His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh, put out a list, and they put their top 10 welterweights, and Rolley's not on the list. So Rolley is upset. First, now, fans are asking Rolley, are you going to fight Devin Haney? They're calling you out in unification. On the undercard, again, Devin Haney is accepting the position to fight on Ryan Garcia's undercard in a unification, which would be bigger than Ryan fighting Mario Barrios. Devin versus Rolley is a bigger fight, right? And a more meaningful fight. And willing to do so on the undercard, not talking about money, don't care about the A side, B side, and yet Rolley is refusing to answer the question. Because as I told you guys, Rolley is looking to fight Manny Pacquiao. Right? Now, let's take this into consideration. Rolley responds and says, his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, however you choose to approach it, will decide who he fights, Pacquiao or Devin Haney. Now he's upset that the Ring and Turki didn't put him on the top 10 welterweight list, which I agree with him, 1,000%. He says this is destroying boxing and this is why boxing is a joke. No, Rolley, you have a unification bout where you're going to make more money and get more credit to fight Devin Haney. Again, like I said, I understand that Rolley was already in negotiations to fight Manny Pacquiao, right? And it kept falling through because the premier boxing champions, better known as PBC, does not have a budget. They are with Amazon, but they do not have a budget to showcase fights and pay the fighters. His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, he does. Okay? And Devin Haney is a unification bout. You saying that it is a joke that they didn't put you in the top 10, which it is. I agree with you, Rolley, 1,000%. It is an absolute joke, disgrace that Rolley, who just beat Ryan, is the welterweight WBA champion, is not in the top 10. But let's take something else into consideration why Rolley is saying that as well. To the defense of the ring. You did not even fight at welterweight yet. Your fight with Ryan was at a catchweight. It was not at welterweight. Right? It was a catchweight. Okay? So you fought for a vacant belt at welterweight, not even at welterweight. Right? That in itself is a joke, right? But now you looking to fight a 48-year-old Manny Pacquiao who hadn't fought in 4 years, came back and had a draw with Mario Barrios, who Ryan is getting ready to fight, off a loss to you for the WBC belt. You're getting offered a bigger fight with more money, more meaning, and a unification. But you want to take the circus route and fight an old legend who is far from himself and a 48-year-old Manny Pacquiao, opposed to fighting this guy over here in a unification who's undefeated and you said was trash in a unification bout. Which one makes more sense? Which one makes more sense? To fight Manny Pacquiao or to fight Devin Haney in a unification bout? That would justify and solidify the sport as being real. You fight Manny Pacquiao is a joke as well. So not only did the ring not have you in the top 10 clarifies the joke, but you not even fighting Devin Haney in unification that's on the table is also makes the sport of boxing a joke, right? I mean, let's take everything into consideration. But let me know what y'all think, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.